When I first started getting into graphic design, it was just like a hobby for me. And I had other kinds of jobs. I worked at Pizza Hut, Flame Broiler, Raging Waters, at the school, at the university. Even when I was in high school, I had a job at Del Taco, just a bunch of nonsense jobs like fast food and, just normal shit. And the passion for design came outside of any pursuit of like monetary success or, thinking that it was going to be something that I'd be not only practicing every day, working in personal clients and, more meta working in the world talking about it and like content and things like this. But it was sparked as just a fun thing that I enjoyed to do and made me happy outside of the constraints of, capitalism or just success from like just pressure, and no, how do I say this? I've worked on some of the best projects in the past year or two that I've had the opportunity to do, and nothing made me more excited than getting off of work at one of those jobs and going home to design a poster or just a fake logo or practice something just for the spirit of like art and design. And I think that's the kind of issue sometimes is when your hobbies turn into your career, the stress of monetizing them and making sure that they are up to a certain standard. That way you can, make a living and not have to worry about things. That added stress and pressure starts to, I think, have a negative effect on the experience of creating and the just joy of doing it, because I find it harder and harder lately to create personal work and just things that are coming out of passion because I have to do other design for, monetary reasons. That is why, sometimes I see a lot of people online ask me things like, how do I make money? How do I get clients? And don't get me wrong, I've preached a lot of that type of stuff as well. And a new mentality that I would like to kind of talk about is enjoy not relying on your hobby or the art or the design, the craft of it for as long as possible. If you're just in high school or just starting out going into college and just getting into this stuff, enjoy this time where you don't have to do any of this for like a monetary reason. Don't worry about getting clients so early. Don't worry about making all kinds of money from this. Like, get better, or even if you don't get better, just enjoy the fun of it, because I think the stuff I'm doing right now in design and just in my career is more rewarding than ever. But I don't know if I'm having the most fun of ever, because, and I'm not here to say I'm not having fun because I love my job and I'm having a great time overall. I'm just saying enjoy the world where you don't have to always be making money off of it. It's okay to take things slow. I'm only 25, and depending on how I look at that, sometimes I feel old, sometimes I feel young, depends who I'm around and the context. But I was in such a hurry to do stuff and I was trying to work with clients, this and that, especially when I was in college. And I think it took away a little bit from the purity of the craft of design. And what's cool is when you work a normal job, you can just have the pure expression in the craft. And I think on this channel, I've decided I'm going to do more stuff like this, chatting, because I think I have enough outlets for design work, process, clients, things like that, on Instagram and here. And, I did like 90, 95, I think, episodes of the podcast with guests. I did 3 or 4 by myself. And I always really enjoyed that process. And I kind of miss having this like podcast style format to be doing. So I think that is something I'm going to lean into a little bit more over here. Let me know too in the comments if you think that I should upload these in audio too, on Spotify or whatever. But goes back to one of the other things I wanted to talk about, and it's about getting validation in the work and the process rather than the metrics and the outcome. So similarly to when I was saying, I didn't have to worry about money So all that mattered was the process, not even the outcome. And I'm trying to lean more back into that mindset too when it comes to creating videos, creating content online, creating design work. You know, more input goals and less output goals. I want to feel proud of what I'm doing despite how it performs online or how the public perceives it or whatever. If I like it, then it's good enough. And, you know, I want to have more goals like make a design every day rather than make sure this design gets this many likes or publish a video every month or do my best on a video rather than this video needs to be a 1 out of 10. And it is hard. That is hard and easier said than done because, you know, you feel good about something, you want to share it with the world, and then you do. And if it doesn't live up to the expectations you set on it, sometimes that can be a bummer. For example, I just posted this video, probably the most I've spent on a video, maybe top 3, and most proud I am of a video because I feel like I'm getting better and better. It was this video I made about making trading cards for designers, like my favorite designers, like vintage baseball cards. And we'll see how that does. I just published it today at the time of recording this, so I have no idea. I think it's at like a 7 or 8 out of 10 right now, which is, you know, not the most exciting, but I think it has some legs to it and I think it'll continue to grow. But I know it's a good video. It turned out good, and I'm happy that I made it. And if it finds an audience, great. And if it doesn't, I'm trying my best to be okay with that kind of stuff. And it's easier said than done, but I want to kind of be transparent with you all with that because I think you guys should, you know, think that way too. And it's all, you know, we're all in that kind of stuff together. And, you know, these apps and stuff, like the way that they change and the algorithms and stuff, it's easy to blame them, yeah, but there is some stuff to it. Like, for example, posting on Instagram lately, it feels pretty fucking stupid. Like the reach is abysmal. If it's not a video, I feel like my followers only see stuff and only like 10% of them. I'm not getting any reach outside of that. And I'm someone who has like 90,000 followers on Instagram, some crazy amount now, which doesn't even make sense to me considering that was only like a few years ago. I had like none. And if I can't reach it, then I feel like how are these people reaching an audience that have less than that? And that kind of stuff, I think knowing that I'm not relying on that dopamine and like feeling good about getting feedback from socials in my design work, it gives me more comfort in like just doing it for myself and putting that passion, like I was talking about, back into the work, you know? The only thing though is Threads came out. By the time you're listening to this, probably tons of people doing Threads and shit. And it's pretty dope. It feels like the Twitter I used to use in high school and in early college, like a community and just good natural engagement. It's not riddled by ads yet and algorithms and video. And I'm really excited about it. I don't think ever in the history I've been able to have one app and just convert most of your following into the other one. So that's pretty dope. Like we're going to be able to take most of the Instagram people over there. And I don't know, maybe it'll just turn into another one of those doc shit apps that's riddled by all the problems that we have come to hate about the other ones. But maybe naively, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about it. And let me know what you guys think about it if you tried it out. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.